We're following some breaking news right now. Reports that another plane full of illegal migrants is now headed for President Biden's home state. Hannah Edelman, a reporter with Delaware Online and USA Today, she's reporting that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis loaded up another plane full of migrants in conjunction with Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Yeah, so here's what we know so far. Again, the governor only confirming in Delaware that he's watching this plane. But again, the plane that's in question is still on the tarmac in Austin, Texas, as we're being informed. It's expected to leave momentarily en route to Georgetown, Delaware. That is just a short drive from Rehoboth Beach, where President Biden has a summer home. That flight expected to land around 1:30 Eastern time, I believe. We're, of course, going to be watching this, monitoring this throughout the show. There's been speculation this would happen. We'll have an answer in a few hours.
All right, with us now, Chris Stigall. He's a talk show radio host based out of Philadelphia. Chris, this is another update to the migrant flight story we've been following. Your initial thoughts on this breaking news?
Well, I hate to say it this way. It is a crisis. It's a real problem. But I have to admit that this is reality. This is reality staring Democrats in the face. And in my opinion, this is Ron DeSantis and other Republicans like Greg Abbott. This is the courage to use reality and foist it into the face of Democrats who have pretended this is a border issue. This is a southern states issue. Now, as you all have reported in Martha's Vineyard in New York City and Washington, D.C., and now Delaware, they have to stare it squarely in the face and tell their blue state constituents why it's fine for the South, but not fine for them. I think it's a masterstroke, personally.
Right. Well, as the D.C. mayor there, she said, D.C. is not Texas. We're not a border state. When she received migrants flying into the city. As we saw yesterday, just the announcement that CBP had recorded 2 million migrants crossing illegally into this country. Again, this is record-setting. This is for the fiscal year. It crossed that threshold for the first time in history. Chris, tell me about, the fact that we're seeing these numbers and yet hearing from top officials that the border is secure.
It is gaslighting of the highest order. In places like Philadelphia, there's a massive, massive crime and drug problem, too. And so much of the drug problem, the fentanyl that's pouring into cities like Philadelphia, is coming across our southern border. It's obviously not secure. I mean, when even people like Chuck Todd have to incredulously ask the vice president, the border's secure? As you just pointed out, 2 million people crossed it in the last year alone. You talk with anyone who's worked for ICE presently or formerly, particularly under the past administration, they'll tell you the men and women who are actually doing the work, and those are the people that none of the Democrats are talking to, by the way, they have a distinctly different impression of a secure border than this Biden administration.
They're seeing it firsthand, right?
That's right.
When you've got towns overwhelmed by migrants crossing in, I mean, they've got to come together with the resources, with the shelter, with the food, with the clothing, which we saw Martha's Vineyard come together for a night or two and then headed off to Cape Cod. All right, let me pivot to your hometown, Philadelphia here. You mentioned it. The fact that we are seeing crime rise there, violent crime. In fact, Philly police statistics showing that the number of homicides have more than doubled in the past decade. Tell me about this impact, Chris, on what you're seeing in your city.
If I may refer to a previous segment that you just did before this one with Corey DeAngelis, who's a great friend of the show that I do in Philadelphia, and I admire him greatly. But I have to say that any celebration of Josh Shapiro, the current Attorney General of Pennsylvania, I'm not much for it. This has been the top cop in Pennsylvania for 8 years. He now wants a promotion to governor. And under his leadership, we have seen Philadelphia crime, as you just cited, spiral out of control. Homicides through the roof. We are 500 police officers short of the levels we were pre-pandemic. Josh Shapiro has done nothing. Larry Krasner, the district attorney in Philadelphia, will not answer subpoenas by Republicans who are, at this moment, along with 10 Democrats, actively seeking to impeach him over his poor performance, his refusal to prosecute crime. We have Lieutenant Governor Fetterman, who wants to be the next United States Senator from Pennsylvania, pledging to release more criminals. That's what he believes. A third of Pennsylvania's criminals, he says, should be released. This Democrat Party in Pennsylvania is out of control. The idea that any of them deserve any kind of credit for anything or that they would get a promotion is outrageous. Meanwhile, if I may, Dr. Oz visited Kensington, one of the most drug-addled, dangerous cities in all of Philadelphia. He visited yesterday. He toured and talked with these people that you see on your screen right now. Needles literally being injected as Dr. Oz drove these streets, escorted 3 people to get help for their fentanyl addiction yesterday alone. That's really, much like Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott are highlighting illegal immigration and forcing Democrats to stare it in the face, Dr. Oz did the same thing with crime in Philadelphia yesterday. That's what's necessary right now, forcing Democrats to own what they've created.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.